What's up, guys? Merry Christmas, first of all. And second of all, I gotta say, I need to start filming these a little bit more closely in line with whenever I have my locals. I did attend my Riftbound locals on Thursday. It was on the 18th, though. So, I mean, it's been like 5 days. I just haven't really had the time, is going to be my excuse. I don't know. I do other stuff too, right? I did play Ari this time. I did not play Kaisa. I am moving all my Kaisa stuff pretty much. I'm probably going to just keep like the Dariuses, the Falling Stars, and the Watchers, really. But I'm going to move the Kaisa Survivor, and I already moved my Rain, and I didn't have Time Warp, so. But I played Ari. It went good. It went good. I could pull up the actual how many players there were. I don't know why I'm like blanking on what to call it. We had how many players was this? Oops. Maybe like I don't think it was 16. For some reason it might be showing 16. I think it was more than that. I guess the screenshot was only showing 16, sorry. We had 2, 4, 8, 11, 20, 21, 23, 26, 28 players, I believe. I finished X1. There were 2 Aries. I was one of them. So 2 Aries, 2 Leona, 4 Annie, 3 Darius, 3 Kaisa, 3 Viktor, 3 Teemo, 1 Set, 2 Yasuos, 3 Ys, and 2 Misfortunes. Like I said, I was one of the Aries. I finished X1. Round 1, I played against a Viktor, which I 2-0'd. It was just like they had some very unlucky draws. It was actually crazy. Like they weren't drawing any other like characters like at all. They were only drawing like Call the Weeks. They were just drawing spells and like no characters, which was like really unfortunate for them. And then round 2, I played against a Leona. I also 2-0'd Leona, but he had a couple misplays, so I wouldn't really like put it past like he had a couple misplays and I had some really good defies. Like that's what I'll say. And then round 3, I played against an MF. That one was pretty difficult. It was my first time playing against MF, but I figured I just got to get there first, right? And I tried. I think at some point I did misplay in a couple of games. I know in game 2 it sucked because he mind splittered me on like turn 3. He mind splittered me and ripped my unchecked power. Like I was just sitting there and I was like, oh no, dude, if I get sabotage, I was like maybe I should leave 1 up for defy, so I'm gonna defy a sabotage here. Which I didn't end up doing, but it didn't matter because he mind splittered me anyway, and I was like, okay, well, there goes my unchecked power, and I was like, well, I don't know how I'm going to win from here. This is really, really hard. So, yeah, I mean, I thought that I was playing it fine, just putting up a ton of bodies early to mid-game, of course, just trying to just build up all my points as much as possible, charm his MF into my board, etc., etc. I tried my best. But I got 2-0 there, so I had all just two game rounds every single time, which is kind of nice. I don't mind it. I do have a deck profile for you guys today, so I will go ahead and show that in a little bit. I just wanted to like talk about the deck a little bit more, I guess. This is probably what I'm gonna go ahead and play moving forward a little bit. We do have another skirmish coming up in January. I'm undecided if I'm gonna go. If I do go, I most likely will just play Ari instead of Kaisa though, and just hope I don't play against like Kaisa pretty much. Yeah, normally I'm a person, like, whenever it comes to, like, card games, I'll typically, am the person to play more, like, fun decks or decks that I enjoy playing, decks that I like. Whether or not they're meta doesn't really matter to me. The only time I opt to play meta decks, which is why I was playing Kaisa, is typically if I'm going to be in a bigger event, like a regional or I guess like a skirmish is kind of big because we can win like boxes pretty much, like a couple boxes. It's over a case in prizing, right? So it's like you're winning some stuff. But since I didn't get into like like for example like the I think the event was in Houston or Dallas, whichever wherever the regional was. And then I didn't get into the one in Vegas. It's kind of like, well, I don't really want to sit on these cards. Like I'd rather just play what I want to have fun playing rather than just like sweat at locals. Like it's just not really my thing. Although it doesn't mean that I wouldn't want to try a good deck if I'm really enjoying it, right? Like I think playing in a Aurora deck could be fun for locals or I think ideally a control deck or more of a deck that is probably more my style is like Yi. I do think I would like Yi, but I'm just not willing to shell out the price tag for that deck at the moment. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut to the deck profile. It's pretty budget. I mean, Ari's a pretty cheap deck. I don't have Time Warp, so you know you don't got to worry about Time Warps. And the only expensive card in here really is Watcher, and that's about it. But I'll show everything: main deck, the battlefields, and then the sideboard as well that I played. And yeah, I'll see you guys at the profile. Alright guys, this is going to be the Ari deck profile for the list that I played on, I think the 18th at my last locals where I went X1. It was only 3 rounds, which is all that our locals does. But, I mean, I think the deck played fine, and it's going to be something I'm going to be tweaking and playing with for the remainder of probably until like set 2 or something like that. We'll see. For starters, I mean, in terms of runes, I just went 6/6, 6 blue, 6 green. I don't really need to go into detail there. In terms of battlefields, I was on 1 Dreaming Tree. If I can just briefly explain these whenever I target. The first time someone would target a friendly character with a spell, then you get a draw card. I was on Trifarian War Camp. All units here get +1, including attackers. And then I was on Start to Peak, which is whenever you hold here, you channel 1 rune exhausted. These are the 3 I just decided to go for. I didn't want to play Grove. Although maybe I'll try Grove, but I think I like this one more because it's less punishing in my opinion if you play against a deck that's also really strong at holding, because then you're not giving them a draw. Like maybe they don't really need the rune exhausted, so that's why I went with that battlefield. All right, for the deck, if you don't actually know what Ari does, pretty much anytime your opponent would attack, all their attackers on a battlefield would go -1 to a minimum of 1 might. So that's what Ari does if you've never played against her. She's blue-green, obviously, because of the runes that I showed you. So for the list, I was on 2 of the Ari champion unit. She's just -2 might whenever she attacks or whenever she is attacked. So she's really strong. Yeah, you typically want to always try to protect one, and it's really hard for your opponent to clear through battle if she's sitting on the battlefield. So I was on... You don't really need to play 2, but I was on 2. In case I lost 1... I would have liked to have a backup if I needed it for like grind game or something. I don't know. And then onto like all the small bodies that I play. I'm on 3 Raven Bloom, 2 Clockwork. I won't explain these ones. It's fine. 3 Stalwart Poro, 3 Yordle, 2 Sona. Sona was okay. This is also another card I would consider cutting. Sometimes I typically would sometimes find myself siding it out though. It's just like, I don't know, maybe I could play 1, but playing 1 feels kind of weird. Sometimes it's like a card you really want to see in your hand, and then other times it's just like it accomplishes nothing. So yeah, like it's really only good if your hand is like a lot of spells. Otherwise it's pretty weak. The rest of the guys, 1 Faithful. I would probably play around 2 of this, but I only had 1 copy, and the 1 was fine. I mean, it came up when it came up, but yeah. Last character was 2 Watchers. I just don't have a 3rd. Maybe at some point I'll get one. I should probably get one, but I'll be honest, Watcher at 2 has been not the worst whenever I play Kaisa or Ari so far. 2 has been fine, especially because you draw a lot in both of these decks, so it's not too bad. That's it for the guys. In terms of spells, I'm on 3 Charm, 3 Defy, 3 On Guard, 3 Stupefy. These are all the 1-drops that I was playing. So like I said, like these are just so many power spells, right? Stupefy, you get a draw. On Guard is +2 if they're guarding alone. Defy is counterspell, and then Charm, you're just gonna move stuff and kill it. So yeah, a lot of really strong 1-cost spells. I'm on 3 Discipline, +2 draw 1, of course. 2 Find Your Center. This card was okay. I mean, I kind of liked it. Just a little bit of ramp and a draw. It's not bad. And then the last bit of the deck, it's all just like the 1-of spells that I played. I played 1 Retreat. This card was fine. I would use it every now and then whenever I had it. But it was okay. 1 Wind Wall. Most of this stuff is like, it's kind of like teched, right? And then usually whenever it goes to like game 2 or 3, I typically sat out a lot of the 1-ofs. So I wasn't necessarily always setting out Sona, but like setting out the 1-ofs is really easy. Wind Wall just lets you counter anything. So, you know, if my opponent doesn't really have like power spells, like a huge power spell, then like I would just like side this out. 1 Rune Prison. I was on no smoke screen, by the way. I don't know if you guys noticed. 0 smoke screen. It is a card I want to try putting in here, and it's pretty easy to cut some of these 1-ups to try a smoke screen. 1 Foxfire and then 1 Singularity. So these are just like the 1-up spells. Like in some matchups are really strong, other matchups are really not. So playing against MF, I would just definitely side out things like Foxfire. Like it's just not gonna do anything into MF. Everything that they play is bigger than 4 might. So yeah, this was the main deck. It wasn't bad. Like I said, maybe I'll add in like smoke screens or something. I think that could have helped a lot. For the side deck, I was on 2 Adaptatron. I don't really have like probably every optimal side deck card. Maybe I would side things like Time Warp or the Third Watcher, right? So instead I'm siding things like Adaptatron, where if this conquers, I get to kill a gear. So then it allows me to kill like, you know, Aurora pretty much. So yeah, I was on 2 of this. Everything else is real, I promise. 1 of the green Ari, whenever she holds, you score another point. So I think that this can go in. This was going in against decks where I feel like I could hold a lot better into. I think I did put it in against like a ramp deck, like MF or something like that. Just because it's like it does apply a little bit more pressure if I can play it out early. I was on double Sprite Mother, just to help me take over battlefields a lot easier. Just a good card, right? 2 Mega Mech, sorry. Just have a big vanilla that I can play instead of like playing Watcher for no value. I can just play this and then just like pass the turn. Really nice. And then the last card was Unchecked Power, of course. Gotta have this for like the Yi decks, the Aurora decks, anything that's just slapping like big boys on the board, right? So yeah, that was the side deck. There's not really many changes I would make to it, except maybe like Adaptatrons, really. But I mean, I'm working with what I have, right? These could also technically be like smoke screens or something as well. That wouldn't be such a bad idea. And then I wouldn't need to think about like killing the gear. I can just like try to get into Unchecked Power and then like, you know, hopefully killing everything on the board. But yeah, that is the Ari list that I have that I've most recently played, and it's gonna be the one that I'm gonna be sticking with for a little bit. Like I said, I'll probably make some changes here or there. Whether that's, you know, main decking smoke screens, side decking smoke screens, or cutting sonas, or, you know, whatnot, you know, we'll see. You guys will get to see more of this deck for sure, and I'll try to catch up with you guys the next time we have another locals. They're gonna be closed on Christmas. It's unlikely that I'll go on Saturday just because it's still like the Christmas holiday. And typically I also don't like going on Saturdays just because like I kind of like to just chill at home and play video games or something. So yeah, if not, then I'll probably catch you guys next year because New Year's falls on a Thursday as well. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'll work things out, right? Take care, guys, and I'll see you guys next time, all right? Peace.